Hello, 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 and welcome to another episode of Freedom Ain't Free. My name is Joel Huey. I am the principal at ARC Financial Strategies, and today we're going to be talking about stop losing money on stocks, bonds, and mutual funds. Where does a fixed index annuity fit in your overall portfolio? This is your first time with us on the Freedom Ain't Free channel. We're here to provide you with the wisdom, the knowledge, and the understanding of every financial tool that is available to get you financially free. We're going to talk about stocks. We're going to talk about bonds. We're going to talk about mutual funds. We're going to talk about annuities. We're going to talk about life insurance strategies. We're going to talk about money market accounts. We're going to teach you everything you need to know about every different strategy because at our financial strategies, we believe predicting the rain doesn't count, building the ark does, and we want you to make sure that you have every tool that you need in order to become successful. So, my name again is Joel Huey. I'm the principal at ARC Financial Strategies, where we work with a group of people we refer to as Henrys, high earners that are not rich yet. And their goal and their objective is to get themselves into a position of financial freedom. What does financial freedom do for you? It puts you in a position where you can do the things that you want to do with your life. We worked hard. We worked long. We put in the hours. We put in the years. And we want to buy back our time. How do we do that? We do that by putting together $2 million in investable assets to which we can create an income stream for ourselves of $160,000 per year. And that's our goal. We're helping our clients at ARC put together that portfolio so they can buy back their financial freedom, buy back your time. Go spend time with your kids at school. Go spend time with your family. Go travel and see the places that you wanted to see, spending time there doing the things that you wanted to do. Freedom ain't free, ladies and gentlemen, but there is a strategy and a way to get there, and that's what this channel is all about. Those are the people that this channel speaks towards. So today, we're going to be talking about fixed indexed annuities, where they fit in your overall portfolio. And the first thing I want to share with you guys is this idea or concept that retirement is like a marathon. It's not a sprint. So the things that you did to accumulate assets or the accumulation strategies that you're using are just one part or one phase of this overall marathon. And we've got to be prepared to spend 20 or 30 or some of us even maybe 40 years in retirement. And so the strategies that we want to put into place fall into multiple categories. We do not believe here at ARC Financial Strategies and the Freedom Ain't Free channel that any one strategy is going to get you where you want to go long term. We believe you need them all. And you want to maximize and utilize every single solitary strategy that's going to ensure that you get to financial freedom. Now, there's some crushing statistics I want to share with you guys before we physically get deep into this conversation about fixed index annuities. 81% of working individuals have retirement savings that's going to produce less than their current income. 77% of Americans have no formal retirement plan at all. 55% of Americans are worried that they will outlive their retirement savings, and 84% of survey respondents said receiving a monthly paycheck during retirement was important to them. So I want you to understand that the strategies that we present here on the Freedom Ain't Free channel are for this group of people, right? If you've mastered putting together individual strategies for yourself, there are lots of other channels available to you. But this channel is for that group of Americans who are out there looking for some help, looking for some assistance. If you want us to work with you individually, you have an individual question, or if you want to get your freedom number, how much money you need to save on a monthly basis for you to get to that $2 million portfolio, we encourage you to schedule a free consultation, 15, 20 minutes, and we'll get you your freedom number, and we'll answer that question for you so you know from that day forward what you need to do to become financially free. What is a fixed index annuity? A fixed index annuity, first and foremost, ladies and gentlemen, is an insurance product designed for long-term savings and income used to manage financial risk. That's where it fits into your portfolio, right? It's a tool that's used to help you manage risk and a part of your long-term savings strategy, right? So what are the features of a fixed index annuity? Number one, your growth is protected. You cannot lose money in a fixed index annuity. And ladies and gentlemen, let me help you be clear about that, right? Freedom ain't free. So if I'm protecting your initial investment, if you cannot lose money, there will be a cost associated with that. In this video, I'm not going to go into the math of the fees associated with the product. If you want to get into those specifics, you can schedule a one-on-one and we'll take you through that. I am going to talk briefly about the commissions that are based in this type of a product, right? So what you have to understand is that insurance companies simply manufacture products. They do not manufacture consumers, right? So in order for them to get new consumers, in order for them to get new dollars, they have to employ sales associates in order to do that. Well, they don't want to pay these people a salary, right? They don't want to have that additional cost. Therefore, they only pay a commission when you actually bring them a client, right? So the commission that's paid to the insurance professional does not come out of your investment amount. It comes out of their part of the gains that they have to go out into the market and earn. So there are fees in the product, there are commissions in the product, but why does this product need to be a part of your overall portfolio? It's because your initial investment is protected. And you have to put a value on that piece of the puzzle, right? If I can't lose money in this part of my overall portfolio, I can afford to take on more risk in other parts of my portfolio, right? This gives you the freedom to take on that risk elsewhere because you know I can't lose money here. Second feature we want to talk about is access to your money, right? So fixed index annuities charge you, most of them have no front-end load type of investment. So you didn't pay any fee on the front end. Depending on how much liquidity you want, depending on how much freedom you want, there are additional fees associated with the product. But generally speaking, right, if you put in $100,000, your $100,000 went into the strategy, right? So you have access to that money. Most annuities have a 10% withdrawal that you could take 10%, or you could take 100% of your gains out with no surrender charges. So you do have access to your money. In addition to that, they have what is referred to as a surrender window, right? So what does that mean? That means if I want to get my money back from the insurance company within a shorter period of time than I originally set out, there's a fee for that. So you could have a 2-year window, a 5-year window, a 7-year window, or a 10-year window. Now, these are not strategies for your short-term investments. These are not places that you park cash that you may need next year or the year after that. This is a part of your overall retirement strategy, getting you to that $2 million portfolio so you don't have to work anymore, right? So if I'm losing money, that means I have to work some more, right? So that's where this fits in. Tax deferral, right? So you have an opportunity of pushing the tax bill into the future and not paying taxes on those gains on a year-by-year basis as you're moving along. And then ultimately, you're going to have some options of where you can index or what strategy you can use to grow your money as well. So how does a fixed index annuity work? It's real simple, right? What goes up must come down, right? So if you are investing in mutual funds, and if you're not sure what a mutual fund is, we encourage you to go and watch our previous video where we talked all about mutual funds. But if you're investing in mutual funds or stocks or bonds, when the investment goes up, that's called a market gain. When the investment's value goes down, that's called a market loss. What an index annuity does for you is it fits in between. The insurance company takes on the market risk. You do not. So you can never lose money in this strategy. We like to refer to that here at the Freedom Ain't Free channel that zero is your hero, right? I cannot lose money. Why is that important in my overall portfolio? Because it doesn't matter how much you earn, it matters how much you keep. So if you have a traditional mutual fund account and the market's up 20%, that feels great. If the market's down the next year 15%, then in reality, you're really only up 5%, right? So it doesn't matter how much you gain, it matters how much you keep. So in this part of your portfolio, you don't have to worry about loss. You can put yourself in a position to only have to deal with and focus in on your gains. Now, this is an accumulation strategy, right? Not a distribution strategy, right? So when you get closer to retirement and you're ready to start pulling money out, of your strategy, you would not use this type of annuity. You would use a different type of annuity, or you could annuitize your fixed index annuity. What does annuitize mean? That means you tell the insurance company, send me a guaranteed paycheck every month for the rest of my life, right? Now, remember, I told you, 80-some% of people in this survey told the industry that they are mostly concerned when they retired about having a steady form of income. Well, if the insurance company is going to give you a guaranteed paycheck every single solitary month for as long as you are alive, you, ladies and gentlemen, are financially free. You can determine how big of a check you want, and the insurance company is going to guarantee that check to you every month for the rest of your life. You are financially free. So you want to utilize this tool to accumulate your assets, and then you would turn that into a monthly paycheck, or you would move out of this product into an income annuity and get a guaranteed paycheck for the rest of your life. Now, most fixed index annuities have some other features, right? Just like every product designed in our country, they get better with age, right? So people said that this product, you couldn't get your money out. So the insurance company said, okay, we're going to give you a liquidity rider, right? So here's a option that you can add to the strategy where you could get more of the money out without paying the surrender charge. But freedom ain't free, ladies and gentlemen. So there is a charge. There is a rider charge for you to get access to that cash. And here's why. Once you give the insurance company your initial investment, they take that money and they go buy options, right? They take that money and they go put it in the market, right? And so to get the money out of the market, to give it back to you, costs the insurance company money, right? And so they're going to pass on a portion, if not all, of that expense back to you because you decided to get out of the strategy earlier than what you originally told them. So that's where the surrender charge comes into play. But if you want more liquidity, they've got liquidity riders for you. If you don't like surrender charges, right, they're fixed index annuities that will give you a bonus on the front end, a premium bonus. So the insurance company is going to give you money for bringing your investment dollars to them, right? Well, in essence, if you had a 6% bonus and a 7% surrender charge, and you take all of your money back out of the strategy, you really had a 1% surrender charge, ladies and gentlemen. So premium bonus calculations are simple and easy to do. The insurance company is basically saying to you, we're so confident that we're going to be able to protect your initial investment, right, that we're willing to give you an incentive for bringing those dollars to us, right? Now, is all of my money going into a fixed index annuity? Absolutely not, right? What the fixed index annuity does for you is it gives you a place to park money where you don't have to worry about losing that initial investment. And understand, ladies and gentlemen, if I'm trying to build that first $2 million, I'm just trying to get financially free. I can't afford any years where my money goes backwards. One of the places that I utilize this strategy in my clients' portfolios are for old 401ks, right? So you had a 401k from a previous job that you just left sitting in the old investment strategy. It's been going up and it's been going down through the years as you've gotten closer to retirement. Losing money in your overall strategy is not a good look. So I like to use this product for that money. You just had it sitting over there anyway. Let's put it someplace where we can guarantee that we are not going to lose a dollar. And that way we know we're this much closer to your overall $2 million goal to get yourself financially free. In addition to that, fixed index annuities also have a return of premium benefit where the insurance company will give you back all of your money. All of your money, right? The insurance company is already protecting your initial investment, but they'll, in addition to that, for an additional charge, because freedom ain't free, they'll guarantee you back all of your money during a window or period of time through the withdrawal period, right? So there's lots of different ways to go about utilizing this product. There's also enhanced annuitization where if you leave the money there for a certain period of time, the insurance company will actually guarantee you more income. And what do we want if we want to be financially free? We want income coming in with no corresponding work going out. That is financial freedom. When you have more money coming in than your bills going out, and you no longer have to work for that money to come in, you, ladies and gentlemen, are financially free. Now, once you get inside of the product, we want to talk about the different strategies that are available. So, fixed index annuity. Fixed means that there is a fixed account option. You could ask the insurance company, what is their guaranteed rate? So the insurance company may tell you their guaranteed rate is 4% or 4.5% or 5%. They're going to give you a guaranteed 4, 4.5%, 5% every single solitary year, no matter what happens in the market. That is a fixed strategy. You can also have an index strategy where the insurance company will take your investment, they will go and put it into the market, right? And they will mirror the results back to you based upon what they were able to accomplish with that index. They could use the S&P 500 index. They may use the AI-powered Global Opportunities Index. They may use the AI-powered U.S. Equity Index. They may use the BNP Paribas Multi-Asset Diversified Index. They may use the NASDAQ Index. They may use the USB Innovative Balanced Index. They may use the S&P 500 Index. There are lots of different index options and choices based upon how aggressive you want to go within that strategy. And so from there, you've got conservative options. You got balanced options. You've got growth options. You have a choice of what strategy you believe is going to get you closer to your overall goal of building out a $2 million portfolio. And depending on the strategy that you choose, you can change those strategies year by year. So you might want to try the growth strategy for the next 4 or 5 years, and as you get closer to retirement, you may want to take that fixed strategy on your guaranteed investment amount. You can change that every year and move around between the different strategies. Therefore, we want to make sure that you understand that you have lots of different options within the space. You have the ability to grow your money without worrying about losing money in stocks, bonds, and mutual funds. This is a product or a strategy that we recommend that you use for old 401k money. This is qualified money. It could be traditional or it could be a Roth for retirement, right? So this is a product or a strategy you're going to use for money that you're not going to need during the surrender window. So if I'm 50 years old and I'm not retiring until I'm 67 years old, and there's a 7-year surrender, I can take my money out of this strategy at age 57. I'm not planning to retire for another 10 years after that, right? So the 7-year surrender, not a big deal. 10-year surrender, not a big deal, because I don't plan on using this money. I want to make sure that during the next 7 years, that during the next 10 years, I don't lose a dime, and that's where your fixed index annuity strategy comes into play. Thank you for joining us on today. We're so very much excited about helping you become financially free here at the Freedom Ain't Free channel. The next episode, we're going to talk about index universal life insurance strategies, how they compare to fixed index annuities. We're going to bridge the gap between those two strategies. What are the pros? What are the cons? We hope you enjoyed today. And again, I didn't cover fees, I didn't cover commissions, and I didn't cover your freedom number. Well, here's what we're going to encourage you to do. We encourage you to reach out to ARC Financial Strategies and our advisory team. We'll not only go over the fee structure, we'll not go over the commission structure, but we'll also explain to you what your freedom number is, how much money you need to save on a monthly basis for you to get financially free. So you can go and do the things that you want to do in your life. You don't have to worry about government shutdowns. You no longer have to worry about layoffs. You no longer have to worry about not getting a raise or a promotion. You no longer have to worry about missing out on opportunities with your family, missing out on opportunities with your children, because you got $2 million and $120,000 to $160,000 a year coming in from your investable assets. You, my friend, are financially free. My name is Joel Huey. Thank you for joining us today, and we look forward to seeing you again next time at Freedom Ain't Free.